Welcome to the podcast, my friend. Today I have my amazing husband, Hamish Kramer, on the show, and we are breaking down the behind the scenes of the many people, probably 80 to 85% of people who join incredible business programs and do not get the result. We hear about the testimonials and the case studies and the people that made it, but you won't believe how many don't make it. And we don't ever see their stories. We don't ever talk about those people. And in my world, we don't talk about those women. And so Hamish and I today are just jamming and chatting about the real reason why people don't make the results, the real reason that people aren't making money, aren't scaling their businesses, aren't getting the incredible, amazing opportunities that they are able to get. And trust me, they are able to get it. If you're listening to this and you haven't made the money you want to make, or you don't have the opportunities you want yet, trust me, my darling, you can get it. Maybe you've been focused on the wrong thing, and maybe there's something in this podcast for you. So I'm asking Hamish questions like, why do people not, take the action? Why don't people listen to their business coaches? Why don't people just watch what's happening, take the action, and get the results for themselves? And we uncover some of the stuff, some of the sneaky stuff that is stopping us and holding us back from making the impact, from making more money, from standing out, from showing up, from building the business that we desire. And we know as women, when we make money and when we build our businesses, not only us is impacted, but our families are impacted and the way we get to live our lives. And so it's a big conversation. We wanted to talk about it. So without further ado, I hope you enjoy this episode. Hola, hola. It's your girl, Erica from America. Welcome to the Confidence Chronicles podcast. This podcast is all about helping you stand in who you are. Stop giving a fuck what people think about you. Start standing as your fully expressed self. As you are, queen, as is, there is no filter needed. You are fucking awesome. And I am here to remind you, I'm a confidence coach, a business mentor, a speaker, an author, and I am obsessed with women standing up, showing up, and creating their confidence. And I cannot wait to dig into today's episode with you. Welcome to the podcast. I got my lover here, Mr. Hamish Kramer.
Oh, hi.
Hi, welcome.
Thank you.
We've been in so many business programs, babe. Like, I can't tell you, maybe some cults as well. Anyway.
Yeah.
And we've noticed so many people in these programs. And what would you say, what percentage would you say, like, don't do shit when they join these programs?
I would say 80%.
Yeah.
And look, we get it. I mean, if you talk about our journey, we've been on both sides, really. We've been in the courses and we've then run business courses ourselves, right?
Yeah.
And whether it's about business or whether it's about personal development, there is that. It's a what do they call it? A parabola, where
What is that?
it's a it's a mathematical term for a graph,
Yeah.
Sorry, I used to.
Parabola.
Those that don't know me, when I was a child, I actually studied with a maths professor. I don't know if I've ever told you this.
I didn't even know this.
To help me with year 12, I don't know how my dad found out, but it was a maths professor, right? Quite hilarious, who was to help me get through complicated maths and it's so cliche, right? Because I'm Sri Lankan and brown, and so naturally I must
Southeast
be
Asian.
good at mathematics, which I was. And
Okay, we're gonna get to it. I promise.
the point of the story is
Yawn, mathematics.
we never actually talked about maths. We're not talking about philosophy, hilariously.
Of course.
But he was the guy that worked out the maths on rocket launches. So
wow.
if you're standing here, he would work out the pathway of a rocket on how high it needs to go to peak it and then land on exactly the spot that you would want to hit your targets with. And that's what he would call a parabola, where it starts off low and it hits a peak and then it drops off again. It's pretty common thing to see.
So the point of the parabola?
The whole point of the story is that, like most things in life, the center, the midpoint is where the top of it is, the peak. And then there's people that do really well on one side, and then there's a lot of people that fall away or don't do. So if you're looking at something like average test scores, there'll be people that do really crap, at one end, and there'll be people that do exceptionally well at the other end, and in the middle, most people will be.
Yeah.
Right. And so I guess
that's
the point,
a parabola.
That's a parabola. So the
Good.
point I'm
Just
trying to
look at you,
make
we're
with
learning.
most courses, as we've seen,
Yeah.
is that there will be a midpoint where most people do reasonably well, but there's a lot of people that won't do well. There'll be
Yeah.
very few that will do exceptionally well, and most people will kind of do mediocre in the middle, and that's
Yeah.
kind of
Well, I think that's
our
what we were.
experience.
That's what we were seeing, and I think for us, like obviously we run programs and we support clients, and we were just talking. We were watching TV and then scrolling and being like, "Shit! Think about all the people." We were thinking about the people who they don't share. Like you see the clients that have made 100K.
And why would you? Like,
I mean, but yeah,
the
but
point
like,
of marketing is no
100%.
one's going to get up on there and here are all my clients that didn't succeed
here's
in
all
my
the clients
program.
that failed.
How terrible my program has been. I mean, no business coach is going to do that, right? We understand that.
Yeah.
And we understand that. Of course, we've done the same, and we would do the same. We would look at the people that have done the best in our course, and then we
Yeah.
would use them as examples
Of what's possible.
of what's possible or how successful our
Yes.
program is. And the idea is that if we market that to you, potential clients will look at that and go, look, that could be me, that person looks like me, or
Yeah.
that person's in a similar position to me, so then I must do it. So we get it. There's no...
You're supposed to do
we're
that.
not
Like, that's
showing
what
any
you do.
shade against
Totally.
business coaches or marketers, because that's just marketing. We get that. The point we're trying to make is that, and we know this because we've been on both sides of the fence, is that there is actually a small number of people that actually make those kind of success, or those are kind of the outliers,
Yeah.
which then any coach is going to showcase, obviously.
Yeah.
Like the good kid at school that, like in every movie, there's the maths genius, or there's the
Hamish
good
Kramer.
kid. No, it wasn't me. But the good kid who gets all the answers right. And then there's kind of like everybody else who kind of gets average to low or to
Or doesn't make-
mediocre, or doesn't get any good results. And I would say for a lot of courses, that would be the majority of people. But obviously, anyone that's trying to get more people into their program is not going to highlight how many people didn't succeed.
I feel like I told you a long time ago when you had the gym that we should follow visually, like video, someone that was really overweight and unhealthy who wanted to lose weight
Yeah.
and was on the journey of losing weight. Do you remember I told you that?
Yeah.
I've always loved the underdog. I've always loved the real journey. I've always loved the truth. Hello, I just did a podcast about 3 episodes ago that was like, I'm fucking scared to go to Miami and go to America and my shit didn't sell out. Or what if it doesn't sell out? And I don't know if anyone's going to buy my shit. Like, that's not cool for me to share that with my audience. That's not cool if you don't sell out an event. That's like, oh, you're a loser. Oh, nobody likes you. Oh, it's embarrassing. But like for me and for Hamish, I think it's really important for us to keep it 100, like to keep it real. And I think that we have the clout and we have the respect and we have the authenticity, the audience, the love that we have on social media and we're here with the podcast because I don't keep you only to the perfection. I don't only show you the shiny shit. Like we talk about fucked up, rough stuff in the journey. And the whole point of us doing this episode is because we're thinking about the people who don't make it. The 85%, I would say, who struggle. The 85% who spend the money, find the money to invest in themselves, and they don't get that cool result. They don't go viral. They don't get the 6-figure launch. They don't make 100K in a month. Like the clients who never make it, right? And it's not because they can't. It's not because they don't have the same accessibility. It's not because they're lazy. It's not because they're not good enough. And this is what pisses me off. And I tell you all the time that women believe, oh, Erica did it because Erica's better than me. Erica did it because Erica's smarter. Erica did it because I'm not as good. She's better. She's smarter. No. Erica's doing it because Erica believes in herself, and I believe it, and I trust myself, and I've done so much and continue to do the internal self-work on my beliefs that tell me to shut the fuck up and show up, make it happen, fall down, get your ass back up. And so we wanted to talk about it.
I would say, I would reframe that. It's not that Erica believes in herself. I think it's actually that Erica has removed the blocks that stop her from
And I
believing
believe
herself.
Okay.
No, I do. No,
Okay.
but I think the point of this conversation is that for you, and this is from me watching you, it's a one-way street to belief. Like you see something, you do it, right? And I think what you've done over the years is really worked on any of those stumbling blocks
Yeah.
that have stopped you from getting to belief, or stopped you from believing in yourself and then taking action.
Yeah.
So I think it's an important point to make, because I think we can all believe in ourselves, or at some degree believe in ourselves. However, there may be blocks or things that trip you over that you've experienced in your life. Maybe you've had failure, or maybe you had a childhood that wasn't as supportive as what you would have liked. And so we believe in ourselves. Otherwise, I don't think we would pursue anything to start with.
Yeah.
I think there's a part of us that do.
Yeah.
The idea of going from belief to action to then achieving something, I think, is how long can you hold on to that belief about yourself. And I think what you've done really well, or what we've done really well, is addressed those stumbling blocks, at least brought them into the light and gone, oh, there's that thing that I do. And that's really that mindset work. That's really that inner work that we speak about.
Yeah.
That has really been the difference, or has made that straight line from belief to action to achievement less tedious or less erratic.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think also, like, you have to become that person. And so a lot of the women that we work with now inside of the next level, it's like there's scarcity issues. Like, they grew up, as you said, they grew up with money issues. They grew up with a family who didn't have money, or who said we don't have enough money. And they started to believe all the negative money stories that their families had, or that their culture had, or that their religion had, or whatever. And that got passed down. And then you don't know that that's inside of you until it gets activated when you go launch your business, or when you go want to show up on social media.
Yeah, or when a business coach goes, hey, all you got to do is raise your prices, right?
Yeah.
Like, and that's a very common thing for a lot of business coaches. They'll go, hey, listen, I can see what's wrong with your business.
Double your prices.
You just need to double your price, or you just need to value yourself a little bit more. And I think, of course, and that makes sense from a strategic perspective. Of course, get a better client, charge a higher price, right? But that doesn't deal with the internal value that person may not have. Like, you charge that, and then if you don't feel worthy of that price, if you feel like an imposter because you're charging that price, if you don't feel good enough, like, all of that internal dialogue comes up. Now, the business coach doesn't know that. The strategy is correct.
Yeah.
But then for that person to execute on that, for that person to then to show up online, as you're saying, and to say that with conviction, to jump on a sales call and sell that to the client,
themselves, so
they know that, hey, I'm worth of that. But if there's any hint of disbelief in that person's voice, or in that person's tone or energy, that client's not going to sign on to that. And then they're going to go, oh, see, it doesn't work. I can't raise my prices.
Oh, yeah. It's like Facebook ads.
for me.
Facebook ads don't work. And you're like, they work. You just didn't do it. And so, yes, that's exactly why we wanted to do this, because this is actually what we are here to do. So I'm like, okay, business coaches, I hear you. It's frustrating. I have so many friends that are business coaches, and I'm talking like massive business coaches. They're some of the greats in the business coaching world. And they say to me all the time, like, Erica, I wish, like, I'm a strategist. I'm not a therapist. Yeah. They're like, I don't want to do therapy with my clients.
And that's fair.
I want my clients to listen, to take the action, to do the thing, because I know they're going to get results. And especially women in particular. One of my business coaches was a male. He's one of the biggest business coaches in the world. He's incredible, dear friend of ours. And he said to me, the shit that is most disappointing is that these women have all the ability. They have so much potential, and it's so sad to see them like diminish their potential because they don't believe they're good enough. They couldn't get out of their own way. And that sounds like, oh, that's so sad. But the reality is, you don't make the money that you're able to make. You don't make the impact. You don't help the people that you came here to make. Your kids, your family doesn't get to see the impact that you came here to make. So that means you don't model that to your children. That means that your legacy that you were going to leave doesn't get left. The financial freedom that you want to build, you don't make that money. And it's not because you cannot, or because you grew up in the hood, or because you're whatever. It's that you get in your own way and you believe you can't. So no business coach, Tony Robbins himself, we just watched a video about him. He says that fucking 80% of business owners, it's their freaking mindset. Yeah. It's that they don't think they're good enough. Is that they think that they're playing small, they're people pleasing, they're second guessing, they're perfectionists, they're overthinking, they're scared to be seen, they're scared of rejection, they're making everything personal, and they don't succeed. And it's Tony freaking Robbins, and he can help you. But it doesn't matter who is in front of you. If you don't become the woman who can do it, if you don't believe you can do it, if you don't overcome the wounds from your past, the healing that is required for you to become the person who can take the action, it's not. The strategy doesn't matter.
Yeah.
and it'll never be the strategy. And so for us, it's a personal mission that we were like, we need to help these women, like in particular inside of the Next Level. And I've talked about it on the podcast before. If you've heard about it, stop playing, get in there. And if you don't know what it is, click the link in the show notes or DM me on Instagram, Next Level, and I'll send you all the details. I'll send you a voice note, whatever you need. But I genuinely, for me, Hamish and I, for many years, supported women with mindset. For my whole life, the Sisterhood was the program. If you are an OG podcaster, you already know, join the Sisterhood, join the Sisterhood. And what the Sisterhood didn't have, it wasn't a program for women in business. It wasn't a program for leaders. It wasn't a program for women that are making impact. And do I love all people? Yes, I love all people. But what I've realized and what Hamish realized was like, when you help a business owner, you're helping them create impact, because business owners and leaders lead people. They impact greater. There's bigger things that they're doing. It's like, holy shit. It's like when you help a mother. That's a big impact because she's got children. So that help of helping the mother helps the kids, which helps our future. So Hamish and I were like, we got to build something. And if you don't know, I did a whole podcast called Why I Closed the Sisterhood, my 7-year program that me and Hamish made millions of dollars, impacted thousands of women. I think 7,000 women had come through that program or in that time frame. And now we have the Next Level. And it's like, I cannot tell you how happy it makes me to see the women in there working on their identity, like overcoming the belief that they can't do it, that they're not good enough, that they're not valuable. Like you said, for sales calls, like when you shift your identity into believing that you're worth it, it's not a problem when you sell something. You sell it with your whole body, with your soul, with the belief that it's valuable.
Totally.
And someone says yes on the other line, you get a better client, you impact people. You start influencing people, your income goes up. Like, I can't even tell you how important it is.
Yeah.
And so I want to ask you, Hamish, when you see people talking about all the business strategies and the funnels and the algorithm, which I feel like people are getting so caught up in, like, girl, like fucking likes on Instagram and growing your following, that shit doesn't pay your bills. Yeah. That doesn't mean people buy. Why do you feel like we focus so much on these external things, and people, why do you feel like people don't do the internal work on themselves?
I think, and I probably take a step back for a moment to just realize, like, Erica's journey and my journey have been very different.
Totally different.
And what I mean by that is we actually got into personal development first.
Yeah.
Remember,
we were forced to do that.
We were forced to do it, but we wanted to do it. We didn't have a business
forced. I was a drunk person. I was fucked up. I needed to do it.
Totally, and a menace to society, and that I had to deal with.
Flashing my vagina at people.
And now I can be at peace somewhat.
Breaking plates.
But I think what's interesting about our journey is that I was in business for a very long time. I ran a gym, but I was always into personal development, and I think that's the part I took through first because of my interest in the fitness industry. And then when me and Erica got together, the first thing that we did was personal development and work on our relationship. That was our first introduction. So there was no interest in starting a business or doing anything like that. We purely did it for selfish reasons, right? We did it for ourselves because we wanted to be the best versions of ourselves. We wanted to have a great relationship.
We're going to get married, so we wanted to
get married. We knew kids were going to come along. And so we wanted to have the best relationship we could have. And we also loved business and being entrepreneurs, but that was secondary to doing the work.
Yeah.
It was only once we'd gone through a lot of the personal development that we became excited about this and we wanted to teach it to everybody, and then the business was birthed. So I think our journey is different because we kind of started the other way.
Yeah.
While maybe many people get into business and then realize that some of the blocks in their business is a mindset, or the bottleneck is them. And then they don't know where to go from there. So ours was different.
Yeah. All right, real quick, maybe you're listening to this episode and you're like, oh my God, I am blocking myself. I am the person in the way of my business. That is me. Y'all are talking to me. How do I get out of my own way? How can I unblock myself so that my business does what it needs to do and I can actually become successful? Maybe you're listening and you're hearing that. I've got something for you. It's called the Business Breakthrough. It is a training that I just recorded, and it is available now if you head to the link in the show notes or go on Instagram and DM me, Business Breakthrough, and I'll send it to you. And it is basically a training that's going to help you not only understand and unpack how personal business is, but you're going to be able to finally find the belief the thought that's been blocking you and holding you back all these years from making money, from achieving the things you want, and from succeeding. Can I tell you how massive this is for you to actually find the thing that's been stopping you from showing up? It is the business breakthrough. It is a training I just did. It's going to be amazing for you. All you have to do is head to the link in the show notes, head to thequeenofconfidence.com/business is personal, or DM me on Instagram and I'll get you the link. All right, enjoy the rest of this episode. Yeah, that's
Coming back to your question about why people don't do it, I think it's because it's hard. It's actually the hardest thing you'll ever do.
The hardest.
Hardest.
You sound like you're from Boston.
I am from Boston because I'm going
hard.
to Boston to park my car. Anyway, doing the inner work is the hard work.
That
and
shit
I'm not
is
saying
hard.
that business is not hard. Business is
yeah.
really hard.
It's all hard.
I think there's 3 things that in life that'll raising
gonna say
kids,
having a Puerto Rican
having
wife?
kids, having a Puerto Rican wife, and starting a business. And I've got all 3, so I've got the trifecta. So pray for
poor
me,
Hamish.
or whatever you do, just send some love towards me because I'm a man just getting up every day, just trying to make it work.
Just trying not to get a plate thrown at his head.
Seriously,
Oh, I love you.
Exactly. So I think the inner work is hard, and I think like most of us, whether it's business or a relationship or anything that's going wrong in our lives, I think it's much easier to point the finger outward. I think it's easier to look towards something else. I think it's easier to look to others for the answer to the questions that we have, instead of doing the inner work, stopping, slowing down, going in and addressing what's going on with you. I think that's the harder part. It's easier to buy another course. It's easier to hire another business coach. It's easier to find someone with another strategy or watch a YouTube. I think all that's easy.
yeah.
And don't get me wrong, there is a place for all of that. There is a place and for the content and the tools and the strategies. There absolutely is, and a lot of them work. But I think what people don't realize is that the bigger bottleneck is really ourselves. And once you unravel that part and go deep into it, as you've mentioned, the strategy becomes easier. Or you start to also know what strategies are for you and what's not for you. You know, you don't get caught up with all the hype and the trends.
Yeah, like you need everything. You don't
have a bit more grounding. So I think that's the reason it's harder to go within. I think people don't realize that the actual bottleneck is with them, and it's something to do much deeper. Inner work takes time. Inner work takes patience. And we live in a society where we want quick wins and quick results, and everyone wants to be a millionaire tomorrow. So, I think it works in a different way, and it's harder.
Yeah.
What about you?
What do I think about that?
What do you think?
I was just thinking now, like, I when I present on stage, I talk a lot about, like, it's not a lack of information now. Like, I'm really bored with women like, I'm not good enough. I've got imposter syndrome. Like, like tribe mentality. I just want people to like me because if people like me, then I'm safe. Like I'm bored because we've seen all the TED Talks. We've watched all the Reels, all the TikToks. Like, there's so much content now about the self-work and how, imposter syndrome works, and how, like, I don't know. I just feel like I've seen too many TEDx's to now go, okay, we can no longer say that we don't know. I mean, awareness is there. It's there. It's there. Like, everywhere you look, it's there. And it's available to us. And we all went through COVID. We all went through the pandemic. So we all know that there's shit that we have to work on, because many of us have experienced difficult adversities and challenges in whichever shape or form. So yes, if it was maybe 20 years ago, I could be like, yeah, well, we don't know. Nobody knows about working on themselves. But we all know this now. And so I wonder if it is this, like, I can't be bothered to go back there. And many of the women I used to speak to in the sisterhood, I'd be like, why haven't you started doing the work? And they'd be like, I just don't want to go back there again because I don't know if I'll be able to get myself out.
Yeah.
So they think, like, Gio died, my husband passed away. I don't want to talk about that or go back there because I might go back to how I was when he died. Which, if you think about it, that's impossible. How could my body take myself exactly back to that moment? It's not the same. It's been 5 years. It's been 3 years. It's been 6 months. You today is never going to experience the trauma or the adversity or the hard time you experienced a month ago, 6 months ago, 10 years ago. It's not going to be the same. So if you air quotes go back, you're not going back to the same moment. So that's number one. Number two, like I always say in my keynotes, I talk about poo a lot. So can't wait for you to have me on your stage. I literally talk about poo and people just look at me like, are you for real? But I'm an analogy person. And you know, if you listen to the podcast, I love analogies. Like the piece of shit at your front door has so many gifts. But I don't want to go into that piece of shit because it's stinky and it's hot and it's gross. So put some fucking gloves on and get your hands up in there. Because you're never going to get the jewel or the win or the lesson that is called resilience, that is called grit, that is called determination, that makes you unshakable, that makes you unstoppable. All that stuff that you want, the confidence, it's in the fucked up shit that happened to you. But if you don't go back, then you just go, a bad thing happened to me because poor me. Next. No, I'm like, a bad thing happened to you, and who did it make you? Who did it help you become? And if we don't claim the gifts, if we don't do the work, if we don't alchemize all the horrible, traumatic, bad, fucking sad, horrible shit, even if your shit wasn't that horrible, like getting bullied on the playground, your parents breaking up, somebody calling you fat, somebody making fun of you because of your acne, whatever, somebody ghosting you or picking on you, all of that stuff, if you don't workshop that as an adult, it continues to hold you back in these ways. Yeah. And so I know that there's lessons in the yucky, ugly shit. But many people just open their front door and walk over the piece of shit, walk over, and they're like, I don't see it, I don't smell it. And I'm like, it's right fucking there. And they're like, no. And then it's crusty because they haven't touched it and worked on it. And I'm like, there are so many good things in the bad stuff that happens to you. And so I just feel like we're scared to go back there. I feel like we think it's going to freeze us or mess us up, or we think it's going to be worse than when it originally happened. Yeah. And I also feel like therapists are shit. And if you're a therapist listening, you know it's true. There's so many bad therapists, and it's got such a bad rap that even Hamish and I, we have to say to people like, we're not going to therapize you and fucking tell me about your childhood. Like you don't feel like you trust them or you love them or they get you. You don't, you know, that's not like understanding. And so I feel like we need to find people like you found me and you found Hamish that get you, that are going to speak truth to power so that you can step into it and you can actually overcome yourself. And there aren't spaces. I don't know many business mindset courses that aren't focused on business.
Yeah, I mean, that's
why we built it.
We built it because...
Head to the link in the show notes.
I think, look, I mean, like any
But
business,
for real.
we saw that there's a problem that needs to be solved, and we wanted to create something that would support people because through all of the things that we've done over the years, that's been the biggest thing that stopped people.
Yeah.
And in the other token, the people that we've seen absolutely thrive and kill it in their life in terms of business or career or whatever they're focused on has been because of a huge mindset shift or an internal rework or internal rewiring. It's more than mindset. I feel like mindset's so overdone. Like, yeah, just shift your mindset. I'm talking about rewiring, reprogramming the person that you are. And I think you can't get to that place if you don't understand yourself first. And like I had this experience for me. I'll tell you a little quick story about me. Like my dad, one of the most famous things my dad used to say about, I have a younger brother, and he would always...
Shout out to Uncle Matt.
Shout out to Uncle Matt. And one of the things my dad would always say, and I understand it now from a lovingly point of view, but what he would say to me is, Hamish is Matt's intelligent, and Hamish is just a hard worker. That's what he would say to me, right?
So nice.
And I would take that as a young adult, being like, "Fuck you!" Like, okay, well, Matt's smart. Obviously, I'm not smart. I'm just a hard worker, so I'm just gonna have to hard work for the rest of my life, right? And so, what happened to me was it made me become an overachiever because I wanted to be like, "Fuck you, Dad. Watch, I'm gonna do this. I did university. I did a degree. I did this. I was an athlete. So I won this championship. I won that." And so it was constantly trying to prove to my dad that I was not. I mean, I was a hard worker, so I just worked harder. But I was smart, and I would like do academic stuff and do degrees, and just to show him like, see, I am smart, Dad. It's not just hard work, right? And but that led me into a place where I would often work myself to the bone. Like I would exhaust myself. I would nonstop hustle. I would nonstop do things. I would constantly jump from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, because, and I never took the time to enjoy my wins and never took the time to acknowledge myself. And so I was just on this kind of roller coaster forever. And the thing was, it never was, for me anyway, it never seemed to be enough for my dad, right? And then as I got older, I didn't care about my dad's opinion anymore. Then it was like, it was the girl I was trying to date. I had to overprove that I was the best guy. I was the perfect partner. I was blah, blah, blah. If it was at work, I had to be the best employee, the best this, and just constantly being the best, at everything that I did. And if I didn't get there, or if I didn't succeed the way I wanted to and meet my expectations, I would find myself depressed. I would find myself exhausted. I would disconnect. I would get grumpy and moody, which I don't get anymore, which is really surprising. So all these things. Why are you laughing?
Anyway, let's keep going.
So and the only reason I can speak about this, because I took the time after a while to go, hey, like, what am I doing here? Like, I think one of the biggest questions Tony Robbins asked us, which I asked myself, was like, whose love did you crave the most, right? And for me, it was my dad, because I didn't get it. I had a very loving mother, very nurturing, and my dad was just, a dictator in some respects. He's very, very harsh, and it's so funny because he's not like that anymore. He's a beautiful man. Soft. He's the kindest person. He loves my wife more than he loves me, which is actually wonderful. Like, so nothing towards my dad. This was just a period in our lives, right?
Yeah.
And I realized that so much of who I was, my drive and my desire, was to make him proud, right? And to get some sort of acknowledgement for him, which I felt like I wasn't getting, right? And so then once I got older, I then moved on to try and get acknowledgement from partners, or from authority figures, from gurus, from business coaches, from anybody that I thought was in authority, and then looking to them to get validation. Right?
I can feel like people listening are just nodding like, that
yeah,
happened
I hope
to me too.
Yeah. And I think this is the trap, especially with a lot of maybe business owners, because I think maybe that drive to go, or that competitiveness maybe naturally leans people towards being an entrepreneur or a business owner, because you need that kind of like, fuck it, let's go out there and do it. So hopefully you're resonating with it. And I realized that at some point in my life, it started to become destructive. It started to impact me. It started to impact my health. I became overly stressed. I became not a very nice person. And that's really when I had to kind of face the man in the mirror and go, man, what is really driving me? And it can't be to prove to my dad anymore, because he's not there. And I can't be looking to these people outside of me. I had to look inside of me. And I think that's when doing the inner work, that's when understanding why I am the way that I am, and what happened to me in my life, and what I made those things mean, and my relationship with my dad, and going back and really addressing those things and understanding why, then gave me an opportunity to make a choice about who I wanted to be, and how to redefine and how to change the meaning that I had over those things. And so then my desire, my drive for business, once I understood that, came up for being of service. And I did it because I wanted to serve people. I wanted to do it because I wanted to really help people experience what I experienced. Like my perspective had changed. So it wasn't like this fuck you energy. It was this like, this compassionate, this empathetic energy, right? And it was still a driver to me, but it wasn't in the destructive way. So I think that's that's why we really want to bring this mindset or this inner work as the core piece.
Yeah.
Because then everything I touched outside of that became successful.
Yeah, because it's like anything. Like you become, if you work on you, everything you touch gets impacted. Yeah. And I think we just don't know, or we choose not to, because we believe, no, it's not that, can't be that. I can't go back to my life and talk about that. If I get the next degree, then. No, if I make 100K, then. Yeah. Oh, no, if I get the funnel, if I do the funnel hacking, then I'll get it. Okay, no, hold on, I gotta go viral. Shit, the shit is I gotta go viral. I need a 6-figure launch. No. Oh, no, I gotta
Or I gotta do it like what she's doing it. I
gotta do what she's doing.
That she's got. I got to get the business coach that she's got, right? I got to get on the stage that she's got onto.
I know. The amount of people, it's so funny. And you might be one of those people if you're listening. That have been like, Erica, who is your business coach? Like, girl, I built me. Like, no. You can have the same business coach, the same tools, the same things. Literally, in a home where there's siblings, there's studies that have done that Hamish and his brother grew up in the same house with the same environment, but they had 2 completely different experiences. You could be in class with the person next to you, you're listening to the same teacher with the same lessons, you got the same fucking number 2 pencil, and that person will get a different result than you. Why? Like, this is the study that makes me so interested in humans and the way that we think and the way that we work. And this is why I'm studying my psychotherapy, because I want to understand why. Why is it that we have this available to us, yet some people don't grab the tools and resources and take action with them, and others do? Like, why is that?
That's right.
And so it's never about the fact that you can't. It's that you won't. It's never about the fact that that's not for you. It's, have you decided that you can't have that? Is there a belief that tells you that that's not for you? Is there a mindset shift? Is there an identity inside of you that's like dying to come out? Who knows she's rich? Who knows she's an impactor? Who knows she's out there taking up space and making noise in the world? And yeah, she might get trolled and you don't give a fuck about that. Yeah, she might get criticized by her family, but you don't care about that because you're willing to step into who you know you need to be so you can make that impact. So you can make that money, so you can come here and do the thing that you came here to do. And instead of us, we wait, we mess around, we wait, we second guess. I feel like we get distracted. We look at the thing, the next shiny object, and then we're like, oh, that didn't work. That course didn't work. Oh, that mentor sucked. And I'm like, did they suck? Or was it you? Was it you? And so from now, I feel like this is, I want to share this story. And she said I can. Nikki, a beautiful client of ours, Nikki. When Nikki first started working with us, she was married and her partner, her husband, cheated on her with another person, a man. And so she found out he was gay, and it obviously destroyed her because she had 2 kids. Now she's a single mother, and her husband, ex-husband, is with a boyfriend. And she made it mean all kinds of things about herself. Can you imagine? Like, all kinds of things about yourself. It took her quite a long time to heal and to work on herself. And when she came to us, she said, I want to really launch my business. And at the time she was working for someone else and she wasn't fully happy, but she was scared. Her leg was in and out. It was like, I want to launch my own business, but I don't know if I can do it. I want to do this, but I don't know. I'm second guessing. And now imagine her confidence is shot. She's a single mother. She believes all bad things about her. The family turned their back. She's doing this all on her own, raising kids, and wants to quit her job and launch her own business, like all at once. And fast forward, Nikki not only did that, but now her business, people are coming to her, they're meeting her out and they're seeing her and going, oh my God, I want to work with you. Oh my God, I want to do this with you. Oh my God, I've been seeing the stuff that you're doing. She's booked out, she's busy, she's happy, she's thriving. Her ex is still her ex doing the stupid shit he does, and it does not faze her, and she's doing her thing because she's working on herself. She's one of our beautiful members inside the Next Level. And I think about her all the time because she could have been a sad sob story. She could have been a single mother working at a job that she hated, miserable as hell. Her kids would have been seeing that happen to her. What are they going to learn about love, self-love? What are they going to learn about going for your life, about impacting what you want, about victimhood? And she's got a daughter and a son, and they're both getting to see a woman who backs herself, who fights for what she wants, who makes her own money, who handles her own schedule. I think she's on holidays right now. So I was like, go girl. You know, like, she's doing her thing. Now, is it her whole life perfect? No, she still has her challenges. But she created the woman who could not only build a business, but could start to attract amazing clients, who could start to say, actually, this is the kind of life that I want to lead. Actually, I'm going to show my kids what freedom is. Actually, I'm going to show my kids what a confident woman is. I'm going to be the greater person and rise above my circumstances. And I can't tell you how amazing her life is right now. And it's just
I was just going to add, like, and there was many times where she got to the point where she didn't think she could do it, right?
Yeah, the business shit,
The business. Like, she's like, oh, I don't think I can do it. I've got all these people dropping off, or I don't have any more
clients.
clients.
I want to raise my price.
Oh, what am I going to do? Like, there was many moments, right? And each of those moments on the other side of it was a massive breakthrough. We can sit with her and she can tell you.
Yeah, it's so
each
crazy.
of those was a breakthrough where she came to me and she's like, I don't know what to do now, right? And we would go, okay, let's go back to the work that we know. Let's look at our mindset. What is really true about this? What is the reality? What are our options here? Like, we really went through it. And each time she was like, nah, I'm going to back myself and I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to trust. I'm going to have faith. I'm going to be patient. I'm going to be...
I'm going to journal.
I'm going to journal on this.
I'm going to cry.
I'm going to reach out to that person when I feel nervous to do so. Like, I'm going to do the scary thing.
Yeah, she did the work.
And
She's doing
each
it.
time on the other side of that was a massive breakthrough, a massive lift in her business.
Yeah.
In terms of revenue, in terms of capacity, in terms of reach, everything went up. So it's like we get to these tension moments in our lives or in our business. And we've been saying this, right? Like, oh man, this is teaching me a lesson. This is teaching me a lesson, right? Instead of going, oh, this person's an asshole. What a terrible supplier. What a terrible this. Why does this happen to me? What a terrible client. We're like, ooh, this is the next lesson. This is the next level up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we go, cool, what's this teaching me? What am I
What is
learning
this
about
creating?
myself?
Yeah, yeah.
And every time we go, wow, what a great lesson, we go to the next level and to the next level. And I think these are the moments in our businesses where we go, you can either back away from that and keep staying in that loop, and many business people stay there for years, or you can hit that tension, you can pull that arrow back, build that tension up, and then when you let it go, it sends you to a higher place.
You're going to this is a higher love. Like, it's ridiculous. So I guess what we want to say to you is, if you are someone who's currently struggling in your business, or you're like, Erica and Hamish, you've been speaking to my soul. I'm not making enough money. I don't know if I can do this. I feel like I should go back to my safe job. But in my heart and soul, I know I came here to run a business. I know I can make more money. I know I came here to change the world and to impact people. I'm super scared. I think I'm getting in my own way. I'm hiding on social media. I'm playing small. I'm second guessing. I'm undercharging, and I'm over delivering. I'm overthinking.
I'm controlling. I'm overworking, trying to do everything myself.
Yep,
I
saying
can't
yes to
delegate it to other
shitty
people.
clients.
Saying yes to the wrong clients.
Like, if any of the personal growth work that we just mentioned is happening to you, this is literally why we do what we do. Yeah. And if whether you work with us or you work with someone else, let me just say this. You must work on you. You must invest in you, the person in the business, because business is personal. I did the podcast about it. Y'all know business is personal. It is not because of the fucking meta algorithm. It is not because your funnels are blah, blah, blah. It's none of that. If you're under $5 million, it's you, okay? Literally, the tweaking is tweaking yourself. The way you're seeing yourself, the identity that you have, the way that you show up, the beliefs, the energy that you walk into rooms with, all of that can be shifted. And when you become the woman who builds an incredible, amazing business and knows her value and her worth, the sky is the limit for you. And so we built this amazing community and program with live coaching, with an amazing community of women who are in business, who support you. Some of the women are about to launch their business. Others have been in business. Some are side hustling, trying to make it happen. But at the end of the day, this is about growing you as the person in the business. Because if you do that, if you pour into yourself, literally nobody can get, there is no ceiling. I should not be making millions of dollars. I should be homeless on the streets, addicted to drugs. I had alcohol issues. My husband died. I was sexually abused. I was physically abused. I was kidnapped. I grew up in foster care. Like, broke my back. Horrible shit. There's no way that I should be living this life, and the business that I have and all the amazing TEDx's and book deals and opportunities and speaking on stage. I get paid over 6 figures a year to speak on stage. It's not my main hustle. Okay, just that makes us that. And I share that with you to let you know that it would have never happened if I did not heal my shit, if I didn't go back into the trenches, if I didn't put my hand in the shit and pull out the jewels, because who I am right now, untouchable. Nobody's like me, because I claimed all parts of my story. And by doing that, I fucking alchemized the pain, the trauma, the depression, the anxiety, the fucking all of it. And guess what? Not only do I put it into my business, pow, 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 but I also share that shit with my kids. This is how I live in my life. This is how my kids see me. This is how I'm married to this beautiful ass Sri Lankan sexy mofo who is the friend and love of my life. Like, this is how we run our shit. So Hamish utilizes his trauma. I utilize my trauma. It is it's a superpower that we're able to alchemize the past and use it to build amazing businesses and connect with people. And I'll tell you now, like, it's so important to me that you know that we say to you that you are not messed up. You're not dumb. You're not silly. You're not good enough. You're not lazy. None of that. You just need to work on yourself to become the woman who can make the money. When you do that, my friend, everything you want is possible. Yeah. Everything you want is coming. So if you want to get coached from me and Hamish, if you want to join our beautiful community, if you want some help with this, if any of this is like, this is hitting home, or you're nodding, or you're like, oh my God, this is me. There are so many ways that we can support you. I'll give you a few. Number one, we have a little training. It's not expensive. It's a training called Business is Personal.
Yeah, it's good.
And it's really good. If you want to DM me on Instagram, biz, or just hit me up on Instagram, or go into support@thequeenofconfidence.com and let us know. I'll send you the link for that Business is Personal training. And that's easy. It's an easy way to start unpacking the beliefs that are keeping you small. There's an amazing exercise in there that you could do. And the second way is if you're like, nah, Erica, I ain't playing. I need a coach with you. I need to be in the community. I need the support. I need the accountability. I got to work on me because I know I came here for some big impact. Then the next level is available for you. There are incredible bonuses. There are so many amazing things.
Thank you so much for listening. I freaking love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for your ears and your energy and your attention. Thank you for letting me into your world. And thank you so much for listening and tuning in to this podcast. There are so many podcasts you can listen to, and I deeply, for real, appreciate you listening to mine. Do me one big favor, one big thing. Please share this episode or this podcast with a woman who you know needs to hear this. This is my mission on planet Earth, to serve as many women as possible so that we could show up, stand up, speak up, and create the confidence and the life that we desire. I appreciate you, my love. I will see you on the next episode.
Anyway, we love you. Thank you, Hamish, for being my special guest.
Thank you for having me.
And we will see you next week. Oh, we'll see you in America. If you're in America, get your ass over to the link, queenofconfidence.com/events. We're going to be all over the United States and signing books. So make sure you come to that event. Holy shit, we're leaving soon. Bye.